Who's ready to work on something different today? I know I am, so raise your hand, yell me, 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 if that is also you. So we have finished with decorating all the pages in the book, all of the spreads, and now we get to work on some of the fun stuff, starting with today, some music tags. What I did was I laid out sheets of music and just glued them on top of each other until I came up with something like this. Now I did a couple of really long spreads and then I covered some 12 by 12 sheets, which is what I'm showing you here. Then I cut them down, and I'll talk to you about that in just a minute, how I did that. But first, let me show you the book. So here's our journal, and most of it, you know, you've seen with me because we've been working on it together. So we did our center spread last week. That's not it. I went through and counted how many tags I'm going to need. So you're going to see some of these little sticky notes here telling myself how big the tags should be and all that. Yeah, I'm going to need quite a few. Let's see, you guys have seen all of this so far. And then we worked on alternating tags 2 weeks ago. I think we decorated this last week, if I remember right. So here we go. I did the collaging off screen. I think that turned out pretty cute. So pages like this, we're going to have to come back and decorate with a focal point of some sort, or maybe put on a pocket or something. I went through all of my stash today to see if I had anything that was music themed, and I came up with quite a few things. Oh, I have this in here, I guess because I forgot to decorate it. Now I don't remember what I was thinking right there. I wanted to do something. I don't remember what. Well, surprise, we'll do something different. Here's our other two alternating tags. What else have I done off camera? Oh, here's the other collage page I did. So I know I had said on film that I wasn't going to collage both sides, but I did anyway, as you can see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get into that pocket there without messing it up. So yeah, that was fun, just using up all those little scraps. And then there we are at the end. I did get my washi tape in that I had ordered, and so I'll be going through and reinforcing those weak spots now that I have it. So that's how our book is coming along. But today we get to finally start working on ephemera. So why don't you guys go ahead and get yourselves a snack, a drink, a comfy chair, or if you're crafting along, grab your goodies and your supplies, and then meet me here at the craft table right after this. Now the technique that I use to make these tags and things, I've seen a lot of people do, and most notably I've seen Joey DeFee do it, I've seen Diane Shaw do it, I've seen Gail Augustinelli do it. But you take your music pages and you layer them one on top of the other and glue them down to make a masterboard essentially, or a substrate I guess you would call it, and then you continue to glue several layers of music over the top, and you just continue to alternate how they're laid and the orientation, which direction they're going, till you get something that's thick, kind of like a cardstock. So you do about 3 or 4 layers, and it feels like a cardstock weight. Now my first two I did were this big. They're 23 by I think 12, and then I decided to cover some scrapbook paper. This is the white side. Decided to cover it because these were ones that I really did not like the patterns, but I didn't, you know, it's usable paper, so I covered these as well. I used a variety of music pages, which I have the packs in my shop, and when I get back and reopen the shop with the well, the shop is open. It only has digital items in it while I'm gone, but when I return, then I will put the other physical items back in there, the journals and things. And one of those things will be the music packs, and that's essentially what I used to make these layers. Now, if you don't want to get music, but you have tons of book pages work really well too. And again, this was one where I just used scrapbook paper, card that was kind of a cardstock weight. So I only put a couple of layers on top of these because the paper base was pretty thick already. And then I had this one where I just was using up all the scraps of book page and music. And then on the back, I just have book page on the back. So you can do it a variety of ways. It's really fun. Then I took this handy dandy template that Kerry Griffiths on his channel, he came up with this template for how to cut a 12 by 12 sheet of paper into all usable tags or pocket sizes with no waste. And I will link that video down below for you so that you can check that out. But that's what I used to trim these down. Since most of them were 12 by 12, I used this format. And then for those really wide ones, the really wide ones that I showed you that were 23 inches wide, I just cut them into 12 by 12 and then an 11 by 12. And even the 11 by 12, I started out with a 4 by 6 and I was able to use almost every single piece. And I just wound up with a piece like this. I think this was 6 by 1.5 or something. And it was, was it 6 or was it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by, yeah, almost 2, just under 2. And so this will make a belly band. But using this method was very quick and efficient, and I appreciate Kerry for coming up with it and sharing it out here in YouTube land so that we could all take advantage of it. But then I took a screenshot of his template and then I just converted it down, to scale. So that's what that looks like. So what that has left us with is some piles of goodies to decorate. Now today I am going to use my worship flashcards on some of these. This set I printed off onto a buff colored cardstock, and this particular set I printed off onto paper because I'm also going to be using it throughout the book, and I didn't want so much weight. I printed this because this will be like a flashcard, and they make cute tags or little things to tuck into pockets. But for actually decorating, I didn't want too much bulk and thickness, so I used the paper. And unfortunately, I don't have any paper this color, so it's on white. But we can ink it up and change it. And then the other thing I'm using, I've already started ripping into it. I have in my printables I have several sets of words, but this one was my first attempt. It was called Little Words, #1, and I since updated it and changed it around and changed some of the words, but this was my initial attempt when I printed it off, and the better updated version is in my shop right now. So you guys can go and check that out if you're liking what you see here. That is in my shop at the moment. And then I'm just using a bunch of scraps and things. The other thing I would like to figure out how to use in here are these wood pieces. Now this was, these came from the Dollar Tree, and I received some as a gift, but I honestly don't know what to do with laser cut wood pieces. I just think they look cool, so I bought them. But if anyone knows how these are supposed to be used or what you can do to them, please tell me down below in the comments, because as much as I like them and I'm intrigued by them, I really am not sure quite how you're supposed to use them. Okay, so let's start with the 4 by 6s. So both of these are blank on the back, so that's good. We don't have to worry about putting anything over the backs. Some of them have music on both sides, and so I would put some plain paper back there to decorate it up. And since we have the music, we don't need to use anything like book page or anything, but we can use some of these scraps here that are from our pages. So let's see, who do we want to use? I have all my Tim Holtz people kind of separated out by size, by scale, because some of these guys are smaller and some of them are bigger. And depending on which size you're using, those guys go there. I think we may want something like this set right here, depending on what size base you're using. I didn't explain that very well. Sometimes I've only got half my mind on when I'm talking to you guys, so so it doesn't really make sense very well. So I believe you see this while we're still gone. I'm pretty sure you do. And I decided to take my Instagram and make it public again. I had made it private because I was getting just annoying requests all the time, or people trying to follow me or sending me creepy messages that were, you know, the middle-aged men. Middle-aged men looking for love. They think I'm desperate and that I am also looking for love, and I am not. So anyway, at one point I got so many, I was getting up to like 5 a day, and so I finally just made my Instagram private because it was bugging me. But anyway, all that to say that I am going to put it on public while we're gone, and then I thought it would be a nice way to show you some pictures of where we are and what we're doing. You can check out the Instagram. So that will also be linked below, because right now I have it on private, but it'll be set on public. And if you friend me or request, you know, just follow me during that time when it's open, then when I put it back into private mode again when I get home, it won't matter. You'll already be a follower, and so you'll still be able to see the things that I post, if that makes sense. Yeah. I really don't know. I don't have any particular plan. I'm just playing around now that I'm kind of in collage mode, you know. I also have this guy. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out because I want to be sure to use it on something. But then if I get him cut out, then that means I can use the rest of the paper around it, the rest of the pattern, to go ahead and decorate with. But I keep looking at it and setting it aside, and it's not doing me any favors if I'm not actually using it. So I was going to ask you guys for input on what you think, or ideas, what you think could be on the cover of this journal. I always save my covers till last. And part of that is because sometimes I just don't know what to do. Once in a while I have an idea. I know exactly what I want to put on there, but most of the time I save it for last, and then I kind of get inspiration for it at some point. I will, you know, something when I'm working on it will give me an idea of how I want to decorate the cover, and then I'll have the final idea in mind. But so far I don't really have anything definite for this journal, so if you guys have ideas, I'd love to hear what you're thinking that we could do. Now I've got this guy here. He could be sitting there, huh? He looks like a fine young chap. Now Poppy, you know, who's our inspiration for this, he was born in the 30s. So when I see somebody like this that looks like a banker from 1812, I don't think he's quite in the right style. Actually, most of these Tim Holtz people are the era, like 10s and 20s, 1910s, 1920s, and so they don't necessarily fit, but some of them do. And some of these guys look like Civil War. Look at this kid. He is a kid too. He's not old. I think he was posing as an adult or something. I don't know. I have this guy. I'd like to use him. He's all dressed up. Again, he's not exactly of the right era, but you know, these Tim Holtz people, they're so fun to use. Look at that, he's got a medal on him. What does his medal say? Delegate. For something. I don't know what. He's all dressed up. He looks good too. I'm trying to find enough contrast here with the background. He would look good on there. Okay, I know I like this guy over here. Yeah, these guys just look too long ago for me. He might do. He might be okay. Okay, let's start inking. I don't want to be dilly-dallying today. I don't want to spend a lot of time deliberating. I just want to get some cards made. So I went through my stack of pre-made ephemera and things that are waiting to be decorated, that are put together but don't have anything on them yet. And I actually found quite a few things. I was pretty surprised. So I don't know if I will decorate them on camera or off, just because of time and because I don't want to stretch this out to a 20-week long series. But one thing that I have decided, I've kind of had this in the back of my mind anyway, and that is I would like to, by the end of the summer, for sure, be uploading twice a week now. I just have a lot of ideas, and once a week, you know, a once a week episode is, or once a week upload is not very fast moving. But I started out with a once a week commitment because I wanted to make sure I could meet it every week. But now I have so many ideas that I just want to be able to sit down and film them. But if I only go once a week, I've got enough for like 5 years. So maybe not quite that long, maybe only 3 years, but even so, it's just going to be a long time if I only do one a week. So I thought maybe on the Wednesday uploads I could do things that are part of a series, and then on the second upload, which would probably be Fridays, I could do things that are more of a standalone kind of video, something that would be you know, like just a making ephemera session or something like that. Let's see, I'm looking to see if I want anything, you know, anything else. Just trying to get an idea. I would tear this down if I like that. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at you. I think I'd kind of like that to be with this fella. He looks like he's surveying his world. These are some of the titles that I tore off of page when I was decorating pages, you know, and I had to remove the titles. Let's see, and I got burgundy, green, and gold back there. I want to put this on something, and I think maybe the gray. Maybe not. Not enough contrast with the gray. Let's see. What are my other colors? Not enough contrast with this either, is there? Okay, and how many of you are now humming that hymn? I wonder if burgundy would look okay. Oh, you know, here, hello, let's do it that way. Reverse this, and then it won't matter that I won't have burgundy on top of burgundies, what I'm trying to avoid there. Okay. I guess I should not tear that until I'm looking. So remember last time I was showing you how to do this with water, but you can tear it. I know what I want to do. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to shut the window real quick. Somebody's getting in trouble outside. There we go. We have, our neighbors have 2 little girls, and their older one, She's just as sweet as can be, really. She's a good kid. But man, she's 8 years old now. I can't believe it. But sometimes I look out there, I'm like, wow, she's a big kid. I still remember when she was born, just like she was my own or something. She's also an August baby, so that's why I remember her birthday. So I'm cutting these with my decal edge scissors, which is not, as you can see, 100% fantastic, but it kind of helps with the torn look. There. There. Oh, I like that. I like it. I think. Yeah. Okay, there's that one, and here's this guy. Let's glue these down really fast. Okay, let's see. Scoot this, try to get where you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to think, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I was thinking about, you know, I had asked you guys for what kind of shows you're watching, which shows are you watching? And then I remembered that we had watched the new West Side Story. That was really good. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen the original West Side Story, and I gotta be honest, I'm really surprised, you know, truthfully, that it hasn't been remade before now. But it hasn't. Gosh. But it hasn't. Let's see, there's that. I'm inking in walnut stain right now. It's darker, so it helps show up just a little bit better on these darker pieces. So did any of you guys run out and buy yourselves a brush after you saw that one? They're really handy. There's two different sizes. One is super skinny that they had at the Dollar Tree, and then the other one was the size, so that was the one I picked. I got the last two. So we're just gonna glue. Yeah, I just feel like there's 1,000 things I'm forgetting to tell you. Okay, I have this glue mess here, but it will get covered up when I put all these pieces down, so I think originally I had thought I might make that the back, but this is the back, so yeah, that won't work. Yeah, so we've seen West Side Story. My daughter is getting me hooked a little bit on some of those true crime dramas. And so we had watched The Thing About Pam. Wow, it has Renee Zellweger in it. And she plays this lady named Pam Hupp, who fits the very definition of narcissist, let's just say. She still, to this day, denies that she didn't do the crime she was accused of, or convicted of, but she definitely did it. And the fact that she was so smug about the whole thing, you know. But it's Dateline had originally done a report, but now it's on Hulu, and so they did a they did a whole program, and it features Renee Zellweger as Pam Hupp. And wow, she does a really good job. I feel like I just want something under there to make it stand out a little bit from the rest of the burgundy. Will that work? Does that look silly? Let's do it this way, but let's do it with music. Sure, I will. As soon as I find a piece to rip up. I had a couple of little pieces, that's what I want. I feel like I got a big mess here. Here we go. Yeah, something like that. There. little bit more. Oops, upside down. That would be sad, wouldn't it? I'm using the art glitter glue today, so you know how that one gets. That one does not forgive you if you put it down wrong. Okay, ink, ink, ink. So yeah, check out my Instagram if you're interested in seeing what we're up to and following along. And then the shop is closed until I get back. And what else? Got the music packs, got the printables in there that I'm using today. And something flitted through my brain a minute ago that I needed to tell you, but then it just kept going, so I didn't quite grab the thought. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of quiet. That is one thing about doing back-to-back videos, is that, well, this wasn't back-to-back. This has had several days between this one and the last one, but even so, like, not enough has happened to really be entertaining. There we go. What do you guys think? I like him. I think he's cute. That's cool. I like it. Okay, we're gonna set him aside. Now we'll work on this fella. Okay, let's see. I'll set you over here. One piece at a time, right? Oops. I was surprised at how much ephemera I actually had that I could bring into this journal. So that's nice, because then it'll be a little bit different, you know. It won't all be exactly the same kind of ephemera looking stuff. I'm excited to get to decorating the pages. Next week we're going to work on a really fun project, though, that I've been wanting to get to. It's taking junk mail envelopes and, oh, see, I did that. I messed that up, didn't I? It's taking junk mail envelopes and making essentially like a policy envelope looking kind of thing, a top-loading envelope, but they look very old-fashioned. And you use the junk mail envelopes, and I'm sure a million people have done them. I most recently saw Joey DeFee do it, and then I watched one by Melina Pylant. Is that how you pronounce her name? Pylant? Anyway, watched her. She had a recent one, but then when I started watching, there were a lot of them out there from a while ago that YouTube started recommending. So I guess that technique has been around, and I don't remember if I ever figured out who actually came up with it or not. If I do, I'll tell you. All right, this fine fellow, I think he might be getting some washi tape, a washi tape accessorize. Gotta accessorize the guys here. Oh, that's cool. I like it. Besides, I'm dying to break into this washi tape, as you could see, because I punched a hole in it. When I first got it, I was like, ah! But now, I can't get a hold of it to open the roll. Hold on. Let's see. Let's give him... I got it, finally. Let's give him across the bottom. We'll give him a little washi tape runner kind of thing. And then I'm going to add some extra glue. As we all know, washi tape is not reliable. Kind of like a non-entity in some ways. Okay, let's see if there is a word. Do we want to? There's not enough room to use one of the worship flashcards, but perhaps one of these smaller words. Let's see. Do we have any that kind of sound worshipy or praise or music-y? I could go with delighted. He looks really delighted, doesn't he? Yeah. He does not look like a guy who smiles much. So I think pleasant is out as well. Thinking though, let's go with thinking. That's what he's doing, he's thinking. And give him a little bit of ink around the edge. And let's put him, I guess he was thinking because he got an award, right? He got an award for doing something really cool. We don't know what. I wish I had like just music note stickers. That would be really cool. Have just one big music note right there, but I do not. Cool. So he's thinking, and this is, he's sitting, he's also thinking, but he didn't say so. He's thinking lofty thoughts. Both of them are thinking lofty thoughts. Okay, let's set them over here. Let's see what we can do on these little ones. I kind of wanted to check both sides because sometimes one side looks better than the other. That one's good for a back. Let's see. Yeah, see like this? That's not much to it. So that makes the better for the back, but the small scale music on the front is nice. Same thing with this one. It's kind of blah. This one has all the different layers. Sure, why not? Okay, so little fellas, little guys. My song, I like that, my song. We already used him. This guy is sitting. This little kid. Oh, I like the boy with the dog. And the man that we determined was from too long ago. He's out. Okay, so let's give this young man something to sit on. This guy right here. Here, how about this? The here and now. And what are you going to sit on, sir? That reminds me of long ago. Any of you guys watch Happy Days? Remember Happy Days? That was one of their phrases they always said was sit on it. Marion Cunningham, sit on it, Howard. Oh, here's a good place maybe to use the green. Let's see, I think you need to come down though. You look like you're floating in space. Not really the look we were wanting. Nothing's floating my boat. Nothing looks like it's something that should be sat on is the problem. Here, let's take that one out. This one might work. It was a piece that I cut off of the... Oh, I know what we can do. I know what we can do. We'll have him sit on here. Or can we, do we lose the words? We lose the words. That's what I need though, is I need something long. I liked the words. That's the problem. I like the brightness that brings in, but it's too much the same with that brown underneath. Just want him to be comfortable. He looks a little stiff. Of course, you know, back in the day when they were posing, even my dad, he was born in 1915, but he never smiled in pictures because that's how we grew up, was we don't smile when we take a picture. It's a serious, solemn occasion. I don't know why, but you know, you got dressed up. It was an event. So I guess they just figured you shouldn't smile at a solemn event. Looking at this, what if we put you there? And now, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look what we did. We've solved our problem. Okay. Does that look okay? What do you guys think? And we've got the here and now up here. And then I wanted him to enjoy the journey, but he just doesn't look like he is. Of course, I don't need two focal points, you know, that say the same, two words basically competing for the focal point. Okay, I like you sitting there. I'm not sure that that's going to work with you either. Maybe it will. Yeah, rest your elbow on enjoy the journey. And then I feel like you need some mulberry paper or something up here. Oh, I like this. I like what we're doing here. And then maybe you could stand in front of the ticket and what? You need a word or something. I feel like the clock is going way faster than I can keep up with at the moment. This is too colorful, but I like it. I want to use it on something, but it doesn't really match these. Although I wonder if I grunged it up a bit, would it look a little bit less bright? I found it, you know, I had bought the stamp binder, but then I had also already invested in other stamps. And so I put those together with what was in my binder. Yeah, and then I found this one, and so I pulled it out. What do you think? Does that look okay? And who did we have over here? Did I lose my guy? Oh, that figures. I lost my guy. What did I do with him? Who did I have? I had the kid with the dog. What did I do with him? Oh, did I move him? Where'd the kid with the dog go? Oh boy. Oh, here he is. He ran away from me. Let's put that back there. And I think this is good right here. Not sure what else we might want back there. Maybe some green. And I don't want that so square. This might be too small now. Let's see. I'm going to ink it first, of course, because I am so sure. So sure it's going to work. And then I'll have to put plain paper on the backs of these for writing space, but that gives us our three gives us our 3 journal cards. Yeah, I wanted you, actually that's too long and skinny. Do I have anything square? Thought I did. Do a little bit of writing right here too. There, now I can scoot him over. That looks better. Just need a little bit more. Here. I know, there's a lot of fussing going on right here. I know I like these two. I got you guys figured out. But this one is gonna give me trouble. Maybe the green thing is the problem. Let's go back to where we knew we liked it. We liked it like that, right? Didn't we? Okay, green, you're going goodbye. And let's just put some mulberry paper behind it then. Let's put some burgundy. Yep, I'm going to bring back mulberry paper single-handedly. Yeah. This really shouldn't be this difficult. Okay, you, want it to go that way. Maybe I want it to go this way. Try some horizontal setups. Hey, yeah, horizontal works, doesn't it? I guess we're going all horizontal today. Lots of horizontal elements. I like that music stamp, and I like that we grunged it up and it's not so wild. Okay, I think he's fine if I ink that edge so it looks like something. Enjoy the journey, my friend. Okay. Okay, let's get to gluing. All right, so what do we have for the quote of the day? I don't really have it handy, so if I did, I'd start reading it off for you while we finish up. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Got him too far over. One thing I learned recently, that because of the slick nature of these Tim Holtz people, if you get stuff on them, it usually wipes off, except for maybe glue. If you let the glue sit, it probably wouldn't wipe off very fast, but an ink or, you know, other things, sprays, anything that's wet. Okay, there we go. That's what we have got for today. And let me grab a quote. Okay, our quote for the day, I don't know who said it. The difference between winners and losers is the way they respond to failure. The difference between winners and losers is the way they respond to failure. It's not attributed to anyone. I bet if you Googled it, you'd find out. This group of young men definitely looks like winners. They look like people who have responded well to failure and to the challenges in their lives, and they have risen above it, and so shall we. All right, guys, that's it for today. Until next time, I hope you will be inspired and do something creative today, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.